a notebook. I'm telling you, especially if this is your first time here, like we talk about a lot of things you will want to write in a notebook. So shout out to Jameson, shout out to Avoya for all your traveling ghosts. Hey, great to see you. Legitimately the first person I met on this app. Oh no, Ghost, good to see you. Hippie, thank you. Appreciate you guys so much. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Really excited for tonight. We are going to have some fun. Don't get sleepy on me. I know you've been, eating Thanksgiving turkey. Don't get sleepy. Don't be like one of these owls getting a little tired. We want to, bring up the vibe. Don't want you to fall asleep. No, we got a lot of incredible content for you tonight. The topic for tonight, inspired by a good friend of the stream, More Miserables. Great guy. So tonight's topic was inspired by him. And that's what we'll get into tonight. The question, is chemistry real? That's the question. We'll get into that. As many of you notice, I am not in my normal location. I may have had a great time on my birthday. I may have danced on a table, and that table may be no longer with us. So I will be getting a new table. Emoji J does have the clip of me dancing on the table for anyone who wants to see. It was graceful. I will say it was graceful, but thank you guys so much. If you're new to the stream, welcome to Love Quest. Tonight, is chemistry real is the topic. We got a lot of exciting things. Thank you so much. Anyone, your first time, your return, appreciate it so much. So all of y'all know I don't do the show alone. I have the incredible honor of doing this show with one of the greats, clinical psychologist, relationship coach, all around amazing person. Let's get her up in the box. The one, the only, Dr. Morgan. Hey.
Hello. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
It is so good to see you all. I'm so happy we get to spend the holiday together.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
You got Blue. So we have Blue up in the stream with us.
Baby Blue.
Aww. We love Blue.
Yeah.
Blue is our mascot.
Hi, Jameson.
So
Hi,
good.
everyone. Oh, I'm so excited for tonight's show. This is a great topic. This does not get talked about enough. This is one of those things that people have a lot of assumptions.
Yep.
And people get it wrong really frequently. So
Yep.
I'm so glad that we're talking about it, honestly.
100%. If you're just coming in, perfect timing. This is Love Quest. This is Dr. Morgan, clinical psychologist, relationship coach. I'm Blake. The topic tonight, Dr. Morgan, is chemistry real? Is it?
I love it. I love the question. We are going to do a deep dive. Blake, when you hear that question, like what comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely one of those romantics. I mean, I always believed in love at first sight. So to me, that's what it came to my mind, because I always believed I would find my partner, like we would just lock eyes and it would be over. And so that's what I've always thought my whole life. But I realized maybe I'm a little bit too romantic on these things. So yeah, that's what comes.
Let's ask the people in the audience, how many of you have had the experience of thinking that it's love at first sight? Like you have that like boom electric connection and then it's ended up like biting you in the butt. Like drop a yes in the chat if that's
Norcat Blondie.
You. I know it's been me.
Yes, Delicate, we love you. Alan, yes.
Yeah.
Dang, girl. Okay, Taylor as well, Hippie.
Yep.
Amy, yep, Patsy. Okay, so a lot of incredible people thinking a lot of the same thing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. People mistake chemistry for compatibility. They confuse chemistry and compatibility.
Whoa. All right. Dr. Morgan hitting us with our first mic. Chemistry versus compatibility. Talk to me.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You hear people say like, oh, but there was just no spark. That's my favorite phrase. People will be like, oh, there's just no spark.
Yep.
But here's the thing, with real compatibility and real long-term healthy relationships, you have to give it some time to develop.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And here's the thing, you may not have that like boom, like, oh my God, there's fireworks going off. It's electric when we touch. Like, you actually may not have that. And here's something really interesting. It can actually be a sign of an unhealthy dynamic if there is that like big boom firework magnetic pole. That can actually be a sign of danger.
Go, Dr. Morgan. Wow. Because that is, I'm sorry, to me, that is unlike what I've been taught in some ways. I've always been taught, like, you're going to know the moment you see her, and you two are going to feel it. You're saying, not so fast.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to clarify this. You can have an instant connection with somebody and feel electricity, and also it be a long-term healthy relationship. That can happen. However, it's not required. That's where people get it wrong. They think that boom, that chemistry, that electric connection is required.
Got it. I mean, Dr. Morgan.
I did have it with Blue. The moment I saw him, it was like, okay, let me get my checkbook out. I'm literally writing a check the moment I met this guy.
Blue is the best. So cute.
Okay, anyway, sorry. It's my side note.
No, absolutely. I mean, hey, can't we all? Here's a question that has been on my mind. I'm not sure what you think about this, but it's been on my mind a lot. This question, I think, has been on my mind a lot. What is love? Because, yeah.
What's the Night the Roxbury thing?
Yeah.
Yes! Yeah.
I think this is the problem. We just don't know. You know?
It's so true. It's so true. There's no models for it. Like, we have no models. We have all these unrealistic expectations. We have all these rom-com movies. We have people who get it wrong. Like, I mean, we don't know what it is, right? So that's why it's so important that, you know, we're doing things like this. You're here with us. We're all learning and discussing together. Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, just the misconception that you're supposed to just meet someone and know is like, it's just, that's not how it is, right? Like, you can develop real long-lasting love over time by stability, reciprocal vulnerability, people who are sharing in a reciprocal way about themselves.
Yep.
And by the person consistently deciding to show up with you in the relationship. That's where like that real love and real intimacy comes from, is someone who is showing up with you consistently to do the work, and they're invested. They're invested.
So good. For those just joining, welcome. You are tuned into Love Quest. I am your host, Blake Premier. This is Dr. Morgan. She's a clinical psychologist, a relationship coach, and I'm telling you, she truly cares about helping us find love. I take notes. I'm supposed to be a host, but I'm also a student. I take notes during the show. We just drop such good knowledge. And right now, specifically, Dr. Morgan's kind of getting into a bit of this chemistry versus compatibility. So that's kind of what we're diving into a bit.
Yeah. And let's talk about it. So when you're looking at real compatibility, what is it that you want to look for? You want to look at shared values.
Ooh, okay.
Right? Like, do you value the same things? Like, maybe for you, you know, it's family, career, and travel. You know, all of us have things that we really value And ultimately, you want a life partner who values some of those same things with you.
Great point.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. We're talking about having a honeymoon life, not that honeymoon period of a relationship.
Yeah.
We've all seen that with our friends too. They like get in these relationships and you're like, wow, I haven't talked to, Jameson in weeks. Like, and then,
Yes.
right. And then all of a sudden he's now broken up with, Bajizzle, whatever. And it's like, what?
But just, dang it, Jameson.
And and it's like probably because they just did way too much up front, right? And they were hanging out every day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about this, Blake. I gotta talk about this. Okay. So y'all who've been coming for a while know about an anxious attachment style.
Ooh,
There's three different kinds, right? There's anxious, there's avoidant attachment, and then there's secure.
Secure. Yeah.
What happens the most is in these connections that are like, ooh, magnetic, I need this person, I'm so glad I found them. The most common thing is that it's an anxious avoidant dynamic, right? Like it's that magnetic pull. So the anxious person, here's what they're doing. Their biggest thing is, I don't want to be abandoned. I want this to be the one. I don't want to go through heartbreak again. So their brain puts the relationship on fast forward. They're already picturing birthdays together in the house and all the things, what are we going to name our children? And they're just already boom, like this is my person.
Yep.
And even if they don't have the data of that person, their brain just starts making a bunch of assumptions to fill in the gaps because that's what they so badly want.
Got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so they're compensating for their lack of security, and they're trying to get that, but in a rush fashion, and it's harming what could be a beautiful relationship. Or is it so is it harming what could be a beautiful relationship, or is it just this relationship was doomed from the start, and now I don't know, we're getting into it too quick?
You can even it's harming what could be good, because even with a couple who has anxious attachment and avoidant, if somebody can put the brakes on, then there's chance to move towards security. So so basically, I want you guys to make sure that you're not being that person that goes in and then you're like, boom, I'm getting married. You know what I mean? Like, gather the data, slow it down, and know that real, long-lasting, healthy love, it takes time. It takes time to build it.
So good. For those just coming in, thank you so much for joining. This is Love Quest. We talk about dating, relationships. I'm your host. This is Dr. Morgan, clinical psychologist, relationship coach. Tonight's topic is chemistry real? So I'm going to say we're debunking a myth. And kind of Dr. Morgan's diving into and kind of laying out why we are debunking a bit of this. Talk to me.
I like Shy Guy's question. He says, what would be a good length of time? So here's the thing. Like, people always say like, oh, I hear women say this a lot. There's no banter. Like, the conversation just isn't good. Like, there's no banter. There's no connection.
Yep.
Right. All my ladies, I know you say that. But here's the thing, like, real good connection takes time, and the conversation deepens over time, and it becomes more enjoyable as you both relax and you get to know each other. There's some consistency there. You've built a little bit of security. Then it develops, right? Like, you can't just be like, put a seed in the ground and then boom, expect a tree in the next 2 seconds, right? Like, the banter can develop.
Got it. Okay, so that common thing we call a spark, that can happen. What you're saying is most people identify that as like that's an immediate thing. what you're saying is that actually can develop as you get to know someone more.
Yeah.
You can actually develop a kind of spark because you just feel that like, wow, I love who this person is. And that takes time to actually get to know someone. Is that fair?
Yeah. Here's how I like to explain this. This is my favorite metaphor for this. When you have those like boom, immediate connections, it's like you're playing in a creek or a creek. We say creek in Montana. I don't know what y'all say, but anyways, you're playing in a creek in shallow water, right?
Yep.
But when you develop that long-term healthy love, that is the ocean. Like it is deep. It is such a different experience than like that surface level, whether it's that physical or it's, whatever kind of spark. Trust me, you want the ocean. You want the deep security.
Ooh, I like this. Thank you guys just coming in. We are talking about chemistry versus compatibility. We are talking about concepts like love at first sight. Is that a thing? And Dr. Morgan is teaching us that a spark, a connection, that takes a little bit more time to develop than just that initial, wow, you're a great looking person.
Yes. And here's the thing. So maybe you like go out on the first date and you're like, oh, I don't know if I like them. Like, oh, I'm going to write them off. Like they were boring as hell. Like, oh, I'm just going to write them off,
Yep.
Here's the thing. You don't want to do it. So I always tell people my rule of thumb is to give it at least 2 dates. Honestly, I'd prefer if you did 3, but give it a little bit of time. People write people off too quickly without giving a chance to develop any kind of deeper connection. So try to give it at least 3 dates. But then, okay, if after the 3rd date you're like, this is painful, I don't like this person, I don't ever want to see them again, by all means, don't continue with it. But I'm saying you got to give it some time, right?
That makes a lot of sense. So would you say try to be a little bit more selective about who you're initially dating, but then once you make that decision, okay, I'm going to go on a first date with that person, like then give them more time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and and obviously there's some things where if they do it on the first date, you're just like out. Like I'm not saying this in all cases. But if you're on the fence, you're like, oh, I kind of like them, but I don't know. I would say lean towards giving it a little bit more time.
Got it. Delicate Sweets, we love her. She asked, can expectations ruin chemistry?
That's an interesting question. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. And anytime you are going into getting to know somebody and you have expectations, you are kind of blocking what's naturally there. So remember, like, let go of the expectations.
We're getting married.
Okay. Let go of the we're getting married expectations and let happen whatever is going to happen, right? Because you want to know what's really there. So don't interfere with it. Drop the expectations.
Yeah, so you're saying don't go into it thinking we're getting married right away. You're saying that's a little too quick.
Oh,
we got to figure this out first.
Yeah, and here's the thing I'll say about this too is, and especially so many women I know do this. I know men do it too. But this whole thing of worrying about if they like you. You're like, oh my gosh, are they into me? Do they like me? Like the whole date, you're just like thinking about that. Look at this.
We got a bonus.
Oh, I love it. So like worrying about if they like you is a no-go. Just don't go there. Here's what you need to do instead. Ask yourself, how am I feeling on the date? Am I having a good time?
Yes.
Do I like them?
Ooh, okay.
Switch the question. Yeah.
Dr. Morgan is all about raising your self-worth. I'm telling you, if I've learned anything, if someone was like, sum up what you've learned from Dr. Morgan, I could sum it up with saying like, raise your self-worth. That's going to help you find the love of your life. I always thought it was external you've taught me
Yeah.
so much more internal, and that
It is
I have to thank you.
Yeah. You're so welcome. Absolutely. It is so internal. Yes. Yes.
So we are killing it right now. We are going through all the topics we want to talk about, which makes me like so happy because all of this is like very, very good stuff. We could potentially go into a role play scenario. Some of y'all like the role play. Anything else though before we go into role play that you kind of want to, kind of pull us together with, is chemistry real and chemistry versus values, that discussion?
Yeah, I would say to anyone, and I know, Blake, you and I have talked about this before, but anybody who's really serious about finding love, you need to get that clarity on the values, right? We can't find what we don't know that we're looking for. So get that absolute clarity on values and standards, right? And that's how you're going to be ready. Get that clarity.
Whoo. Mic drop moment for those just coming in. I've seen actually a lot of new people come to our show. It's so nice to have people we've seen before and new people. We love you guys. Yay. This is Love Quest. Our goal is to serve you. Tonight we're talking about, is chemistry real? So do we do the role play? Are we getting into a little role play, or?
Ooh, bring it on, Blake. Let's do it.
Oh my. All right. So this is our third date. So that's the role play scenario. Is Dr. Morgan and I are dating. It's our third date. And these are the kind of questions that could potentially help us develop that spark, right?
Yeah, we want to give you some examples of what it looks like to hang out in the ocean instead of the creek, right? Like developing that deeper connection that's going to be that long-term love that you want instead of the shallow creek connection, right? Yeah.
All right.
Jameson loves that I said crick. I know. I'm sorry. I'm country.
All right. Here we go. All right.
Let's do it.
Hey, Morgan, what do you think about Nobu on the beach?
I'm so glad you brought me here, Blake. I know that you listened when I told you it was my favorite place, and I'm just so glad to be here with you. And I feel like, it's our third date, but I'm really enjoying getting to know you.
I hear what you're saying, and I totally agree. It's been awesome to get to know you. Waiter, sushi, please. And I'm very excited. Just to get to know you more. I love that we have similar tastes on music too. I'm like so excited. I'm putting it out there. Our next date, we're going to see Passion Pit live in person.
Ooh, I love it. I hope we can wear our matching jean jacket outfits. I think that would be a good call. Yeah, I'm so down.
I think that'd be really cool. I actually want to get to know you like a lot more. And I was just so curious, like what does like a perfect day look like for you? What would be like your perfect day?
Ooh, what a good question. I love it. Well, I would wake up at 5:30 as I always do. And and I would spend the first hour reading in bed, reading a book that I love. And then I would definitely be getting a workout in. And then after that, I would want to have breakfast. And then, of course, throughout the day, I would just want to spend time with the people I love. And hopefully we'd be somewhere cool, like a great location. I don't know, somewhere far away, like Spain, or I don't know, somewhere I could be near a beach. But I just want to be with people I love and just having real good conversations the whole day.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that sounds great.
I'm so glad you asked that question. I love it. What about you? Like, what would be your perfect day?
The perfect day starts at 8:30. No, actually, I would wake up, at like 7:30 a.m. Have a great cup of coffee. I do make my own cup of coffee. And then probably do something adventurous. I'm talking like go for a hike, but also if this is like the best day, I would jump out of a plane, do some bungee jumping. Like I would like do something super adventurous.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, I live on the edge. And then I would say, yeah, eating like a great meal. Honestly, Nobu, like having a delicious meal on Nobu sounds awesome. And then that night, campfire, all of our friends, marshmallows, s'mores. We're eating s'mores. And then I'm like, we did it.
I love that. What a perfect day. That's amazing.
You know what I like too? Both of our perfect days included like our having all of our friends together.
Yes. So important. People are so important. Like, why else are we on this planet? Right?
Yeah.
Like, we need to connect with people in our lives. Yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll combine some of your perfect day with my perfect day. I mean, we get 2 extra hours because we're waking up at 5:30. So no, that gives us time. We get time. So that's good.
That's right. That's right. And the s'mores. I'm totally down for the s'mores.
S'mores are good. I've also been curious too, like, I'm actually really curious about like, what is your deepest fear in life?
Whoa, what a question. Wow, I like this. We're just diving in. We're getting vulnerable. It's the 3rd date. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. So my biggest fear in life, this is kind of, I'm just going to be honest. It's that I would work too much because I love my job.
Yeah.
I love what I do. And at the end of the day, like I know that I need to spend time with family and friends and the people I love. So it's, for me, my biggest fear is that I don't get better at finding the balance between my career and the people that matter to me in my life.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, I think it's really cool that you love what you do, but I hear you that also can consume your life. So yeah, you want to balance it.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? Yeah. That was such a deep question. What about you, Blake?
I know. I would say my biggest fear in life is just not reaching my potential. It's such a fear of mine. And like, I'm always worried I will look back, old man Blake, and just be like, hey man, what you doing? Like, yeah. So I just want to make sure I can really look back and be like, I went for my dreams. I tried to be the best version of myself. Like,
wow,
that's me.
That's so interesting you say that, because the way that I experience you is that you're so driven and goal oriented. So I guess it makes sense. Like, it's a huge priority for you. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll keep you from working all the time, and you'll just make sure, I'm pushing myself. That's our deal.
Absolutely. 100%. Wow. Right. Well, I feel like we learned a lot about each other.
So much. I didn't even know this, actually.
All right. Well, let's have some champagne. Cheers.
And scene. For those who just walked in, this is a role play scenario. I absolutely adore Dr. Morgan. We do these role play scenarios to kind of reinforce topics. I honestly think this was really good. So like, yes, it was a fun role play, but like truthfully, like we got into subjects that you're saying at like the 2-3 date mark, like it's worth diving in a little deeper, right? Okay.
Yes. This is the thing that it's like, you want to hear what the person says when you ask them these kind of questions. And I want to say something else. Another thing to notice, are they listening to you as you're sharing?
Oh, okay.
So you want to feel out, do I feel heard? Right? Like, are they actually listening to me? Okay. And as they're sharing with you, make sure Blake did a good job of this. So, good job, Blake. I give you an A+. Make sure that you are validating what they say. Be like, oh, so what I heard you say is blah, blah, blah,
Gotcha.
Okay. But that was great. I love it.
No, that's honestly, that's really good stuff. And like, I don't know. I feel like those kind of questions, I don't know if I ever would have done that. I'm like, I feel like I've done a lot of surface level stuff in my dating life. But
you know what's sad to me is, and I don't want to interrupt you, but like sometimes I'll work with couples who are married for 15 years and they've never had these deep conversations. Like, don't be that couple who's married and you still don't know your partner. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to them. It's not fair to the relationship, right? Like, you deserve in your relationships to be truly seen and truly known. Why else are we in long-term committed relationships? So, yeah.
So awesome. Appreciate everyone joining. Thank you all so much. We are talking about compatibility versus chemistry. We just did a role play scenario. We still have plenty of show left, so if you've missed the first half, no worries. We got a lot more content to go. Anything else before we bring more? Our incredible friend, please request a box. Anything else before we bring more up to learn a little bit more about him?
So, I mean, I just want to say I encourage all of you to be the one to be vulnerable, to be the one to ask the questions. Like, you can see that Blake kind of took the lead in our role play. So if that's you, if you're the one that has to take the lead, do it. Model the vulnerability. That's the only way. Like, somebody has to be vulnerable. It's not going to just naturally happen. If you're just waiting for that deeper connection to come to you, that's not how it works. Like, you got to be willing to get vulnerable.
So well said.
Yay.
All right, Moore, again, request the guest box. We will talk to our friend Moore.
Yay, I'm so excited to hear what he has to say.
Me too. It's a great topic. Credit to him for giving us the spark to create the topic.
I love it. Amazing.
So, Moore, just need you to request the box, my friend. It is your time to shine. All right, we got him. Dr. Morgan, appreciate you so much. We will lose her for just a couple minutes. Always tough, but she will be back. So let's get up. A really great friend of mine, recent friendship, but it's been blossoming. Moore, what's up, buddy?
I need to throw out there that I am not a licensed clinical psychologist.
Right.
I have not had a meaningful relationship in the past 4 years, so I need to throw that out there before we start. I'm not an expert in any of this, but the reason I wanted to throw this theory and I pitched this theory to you guys and Dr. Morgan in the first place is because of some of the failures that I've had over the past 4 years, and so often it came down to of chemistry, and like if you're single nowadays, I feel like there's just so much focus on chemistry. You need to have that chemistry. You need to have that connection with the other person, and so I had a hypothesis that I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with. I think chemistry is by and large an illusion. I honestly don't even think that it exists. I think it's a byproduct of other things. Physical attraction, confidence, charm, a lot of different things. But this unexplainable X factor that we call chemistry, it's a product of our own imagination. And I think about like when I go on first dates, it seems like nowadays when we go on a first date, right?
Yep.
Like if the heavens don't open up before us, a light doesn't shine down from heaven with the choir of angels singing hallelujah while fireworks go off. We're ready to just get inside and move on to the next. And I think a lot of that is due to this the online dating and the availability of basically a virtual buffet of people. If we just we can just move on to the next if it's just not perfect. And I don't know, I find it to be bullshit a little bit. Excuse my language. I have a friend, we were talking about this, and she said that she can tell chemistry when she meets a guy and he says hello. Like, she can tell that quickly. And if she doesn't feel it right off that when she says hello, like it's
Okay, yeah, no, I feel you. So yeah, so I'm super curious about this though, because you seem like super knowledgeable and kind of fascinating with the topic of chemistry. So just wondering, like, where did that come from? That was there like an event that happened to you personally that like led you to want to go down this path of becoming knowledgeable about it?
Well, like it's so. I used to believe in it. Like it used to be I'm both a victim and an offender of this, right? So where I'm like, I didn't feel that spark. You know, I would, I would kiss a girl, and I didn't feel any magic, right? And if I didn't feel any magic, I was like, well, she's obviously not the one. You know, I need to move on. And I had, like, again, you got Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Coffee Meets Bagel. I may not be allowed to say this on me. I apologize. None of those apps are real. None of those apps are real. But if there's just so many options, right? There's so many options. So I would just move on to the next. And then I actually went on a date once with a girl, and it was just nothing there. It felt, but I was like, oh shit, did I lose you?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm sure you're coming back.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I've been
I think
having
you're back.
internet issues all day.
It's all good.
We had a nice little relationship. It didn't work out for other things, but if I had just cast her aside after the first date, it wouldn't. I mean, we wouldn't have even had that.
Yeah. Gotcha. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. And like in your personal dating experiences, do you feel like you've kind of been misled by chemistry? Like, has that kind of, happened to you?
For sure. And when I threw this like idea to you and Dr. Morgan, I wanted to kind of actually do a little research. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of research on chemistry because it's like this unexplainable kind of phenomenon, right? So how can you research something that's unexplainable? But I did feel misled. And there was this study that they did across speed dating across the United States. And they just collected data from a lot of different speed dating services across the United States, and the same women were reporting having chemistry with the same guy. And what that told me is if the same women are having if the same guys are having chemistry with all the women, that it's not some unexplainable force that just connects certain people. It was just it's got to be something about that guy, whether it be confidence or or charm or whatever. And it's just not and they also said it's not a long-term indicator of success as well.
Right.
So, and that's like what Dr. Morgan says, we want healthy relationships, right? We want something that's going to last. I don't want something that's going to feel good for a month or two and then it's going to be over.
True. So you've done your research, you're knowledgeable. So now that you have some of this awareness, like, is your approach to dating changing? Like, how is it actually now? Yeah. How does the future of Moore gonna like change up his approach now that you kind of have the knowledge?
Well, I'm definitely I'm doing like you. I'm taking notes with what Dr. Morgan said, because there's a lot of things that I've learned even since watching your show that I'm like, wow, I never would have thought about that. But it is about having a healthy relationship and not just, like I said, something that feels good for months to do. So something that's changing for me is I'm definitely trying to focus on other things such as, like she said, compatibility, shared values. And, I'm not here to say that, if you go on a date and it's a total dud and you'll have nothing in common, you want to enjoy being around the other person, right? But I'm not gonna I find myself giving more second and third dates now to see, if that could potentially lead to something more meaningful. And I found that even though I haven't found the one yet, I find that ever since I've started to do that, I tend to have better connections, and that chemistry is actually, whatever you want to call it, chemistry has actually started to grow over time.
Gotcha. Okay. So Maury, he ain't just a student. You're putting this into practice as well. Moore, man, I just love the dude you are. You were amazing last night on Chris Casper Suited Up. You gave a great speech at the end about positive vibes. I'll always remember that. And I appreciate you coming up with this topic. Before we lose you, we get Dr. Morgan back. Anything else, man, about the topic, about yourself, like
be fun, and you never know when he's gonna pop out of the box. That might be a little exciting, but that's not what you want.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going off of that spark or that electricity, you can get on what I call the dating roller coaster.
Okay.
And when you have equated love to being that up and down, exciting, unpredictable, ooh, they're into me, ooh, they're not, oh my gosh, do I like them, do I not, are we compatible, blah, 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 blah. You've associated love with that. When you get off the roller coaster, you have to rewire your brain to learn that secure is sexy. Secure is what you want. Yeah.
So that's what Justin Timberlake is talking about with bringing sexy back. Okay, got it.
Secure is sexy. It is sexy when a man texts you back, ladies. When you're not waiting on that text all night long, you know what I mean? And you have to rewire your brain to believe that. So
good. We're seeing a lot of new people coming in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. This is Love Quest. We do this every Thursday. I'm your host, Blake Premier. This is Dr. Morgan, clinical psychologist, relationship coach. We are talking about chemistry. Is it real? And we're kind of diving into chemistry versus compatibility. Dr. Morgan, I got some questions for you, but anything else before I dive into the music question round?
Hey, I'm ready. Let's do it. Bring it on.
This is a new segment that we added last week. People have been talking. They say this is the segment of the year. So let's see what we got. So here is the thing. We'll play a song. Probably a lot of you all know it, and then we'll get into a question submitted by someone in the community. All right, here is the song.
Delicate.
Oh!
So excited.
This actually ties into the song.
I need a glow stick.
I know. Oh, we should 100% do that.
We should get some glow sticks.
Yes. You want to
I feel like
we 100%. We need glow sticks. I got so hyped I knocked over the phone too. So, be my lover. The question.
Here's the thing, Blake, you and I are both sober. Why would you ever need alcohol when you could just listen to a song like that and then get in the mood? I mean.
Absolutely.
Anyways, okay.
And so the question is, be my lover. Are we emphasizing the first date too much? People, think if it isn't love on the first date, that there's no chance this would be my lover, and they're they go into the first date potentially thinking, okay, is this my person I'm going to marry? So the question is, are we emphasizing the first date too much? Yeah.
Let's ask the audience to see if they're paying attention. So drop a yes or a no in the chat. Are we as a whole, are we emphasizing the first date too much? Drop a yes or a no.
Moore says yes. Alice, yes. Morgan, Blondie. Kay, Baby
Good.
Fun Size, Kim, Annabelle, Baby Yoda, Ian.
So
Matt doesn't know. Travis.
If you said yes, you are correct. We are emphasizing the first date too much. So, and you all, if you've heard me talk about the first date, you will know that I say it should just be less than an hour. You have no expectations. You're just getting to know this person. Literally you're meeting this person, right? For the first time. So it shouldn't be a determining factor of, ooh, they're my person. Don't put that much pressure on it. Go and have fun, meet them. And the only thing that you should be saying is, okay, do I feel like I want to meet them again?
That's it.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Not, are they going to be my lover? It's no. Is this a good time? Was this time well spent? Am I having fun with this person?
Delicate, my girl, yes.
Ooh.
Less than an hour. And honestly, here's what I would say. If you can, do the coffee date, do an outside walk, keep it short. Keep it short.
You're a big fan of that first date being a short one. And more asked, does that change at all with COVID and virtual dates, or same?
Honestly, same. Because here's another thing. When you set that boundary, you're also seeing how they respond to boundaries. Like if you have somebody who's trying to push it and be like, oh, but just what about another 30 minutes? Or what about one more drink? Like, no, like set your boundary, be firm, and see how they respond to the boundaries.
And K-Baby says, leave them wanting more. Is there some of that as well?
There is. There really is, right? Because we talk about the intimacy onion. You are slowly peeling off the layers. You want to be vulnerable, but we want to do it slowly. And that's part of building that long-term connection that just gets deeper and deeper over time.
Yes. Gosh, you do it every show you do it. I'm like, mic drop. All right. Here is another one that a song maybe some of y'all have heard before.
Oh, he's sweet.
Oh, what's up, Blue? Come on, Blue.
You like this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a jam.
That dog does need a glow stick. We gotta get Blue one too.
That's right, Travis. We'll just wear glow stick necklaces.
Seriously though, no joke. We are getting that. This is okay. I do want to listen to these lyrics because they're actually really good lyrics, even though it's an amazing song. All right, ready for this? After this, here we go. Heartbreaking promises, I've had more than my share. I'm tired of giving my love and getting nowhere. Come on.
She needs
All we
love
need is
quest.
somebody. We should do that, yeah. Robin, we got you. Robin, we got you. Man. I just want to help Robin out.
That's right. Come on, Robin.
I know.
Get her on.
So, Robin is so sweet. She just wants someone to show her love. So, here's the question. It's a common question I've been asked by this community. A couple people submitted this to me. I keep getting in the pattern of dating the same type of person. It's like deja vu all over again. How can I change that? And I think Robin, she's been getting in that situation as well.
So a lot of women I work with will tell me, I feel like I'm dating the same guy over and over, except they have different haircuts.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So like, here's the thing. Oh gosh, sorry, my phone's a little low on battery here. But you have a relationship template, so your brain has an idea of what a relationship is. Yep. And it is seeking out that person to fit that template over and over and over. So until you rewire your relationship template, you will be attracting the same kind of guy. Yeah, or girl, right?
So when Delicate says, her question is, can I get a new brain? You are honestly saying, in some ways, yeah, you can rewire the brain you have to really think completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. You can rewire your brain. If you want to learn more about that, come follow me on Instagram at Dr. Morgan Coaching.
Yeah.
I have a lot of great advice. And then also the Let's Get Vulnerable podcast. I talk a lot about that. So come check out the podcast. But it's absolutely possible. I am an example. I am living proof of I totally changed the type of person that I was dating. Like I had a decade of heartbreak, a decade of failed relationships, a decade of being like, I hate love. I don't ever think I'm going to find anybody, to finally getting in a healthy relationship and dating a whole different type of person. So I can say it is absolutely possible. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I was a total mess before, honestly. So yeah. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you all, because I've been there. I've been in those really difficult relationships. I've been in that place where you feel hopeless about the future. So that is why I'm here. Yeah.
So good. For those just coming in, I'm sorry, we've been rocking and rolling, but that's okay. We got a little bit more we're talking about chemistry versus compatibility. So we are talking about that right now. We got one more question submitted by the audience. It's a good one. We've talked about it a little bit, but I've got a song for us. It's old school night, so we are going to continue on that theme.
And the IG. Oh yeah, go ahead.
The IG.
I was just gonna say it's Dr. Morgan Coaching, just no period, just Dr. Morgan Coaching. Just to throw it out.
Thank you, Melissa. Absolutely. Hey, help the people, because tonight, it's tonight.
There we go. Fun.
Tonight is the night. So,
get it, Blake.
Yeah, I love this song. I feel like we all get into this mood too. We're like with our boys, you know, we're pre-gaming or whatever, and we're listening to that. We're like, tonight's the night. Like, we are going to find the love of our lives. Like, I don't know. Or like, we're going to find it tonight. And so I think the question is, can love or chemistry, can that develop over time? Or is that something that needs to happen instantly when you meet someone at the club? I know we've talked about it a lot, but that was the question submitted. Should we talk to the audience?
Let's talk to the audience. I mean, here's the thing. You can have attraction, you can have a pull to somebody, but that's not love. That's not love. Real love develops over time, right? You can have attraction. There we go. You can have attraction. You can even have chemistry, but that will mean nothing, right? If you don't actually have real love that develops over time. There's no way that love can be boom, because that's not what love is. Love is when you deeply know someone and you decide to show up for them and you commit to the relationship and you commit to growing together. You love them for who they are despite their flaws. You know, love, that is love. So yeah, you can have attraction instantly, but that doesn't mean anything for the long term.
So Ian, very appropriate comment, says, it's like cooking. It takes time for it to be ready.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Anything worthwhile in your life, did you say, boom, it's happening, and then it was there? No. That time you wanted to get in shape, that time you wanted to get your college degree, that time you wanted to save up for that trip, all of it took time, and it meant so much more to you because it took time. The process is there for a reason. You have the process, you're investing the time, and because of that, you appreciate the relationship. If it was easy and it was boom, love is there, you wouldn't even appreciate it, right? Like, the process is there. The process creates the love. Without the process, there's no love.
Oh, go Dr. Morgan. So when someone says, what is love? We got a little bit more. We can tell them it's more of a process. Yeah, we can. Just, I mean, you're gonna get hurt as the song. You don't want to get hurt? Get to know someone. Get a little bit more into that.
Stay committed to the process. Decide to show up every day. Decide to get to know them a little bit. Decide to, make sure that there's somebody you can rely on. Ask them those deeper questions. Like, that is where the real love comes from and the real enjoyment of a relationship, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
good. Dr. Morgan, I'm going to say this. There are so many incredible people in here. I've seen at least 3 people in the chat say they would love to ask you a question.
Oh.
Up to you. Do you have a little bit longer to get into some questions? Because there's a lot. Thank you, Prince, for calling me Dr. Blake. I cannot take that credit. Dr. Morgan's in the house. I appreciate it. I am no doctor.
Dr. Blakey Boo. So I can. The only thing is my phone is like I'll stay on, but if I go, it's because my phone died.
Wow. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bruh.
She said, let's get married. Diamonds. Perfect. All right.
So I'll stay on, but yeah, if I leave suddenly, it's not by choice.
Perfect. All right. So if you have questions, sorry, I know I'm so focused during the show, but I can see out of the corner of my eye people saying, I got a question for Dr. Morgan. I got a question for Dr. Morgan. You got a question for Dr. Morgan. Let us know in the comments. Yeah, let us know. Delicate, though, she has a quick question. Maybe if we want to quickly bring her up while you get a charger, we can do that too. Okay. Delicate Sweets, we absolutely adore and love you. A consistent guest on the show. There's a reason, though, because she's amazing. Yeah, Prince, we got you.
Hi.
Hey.
Happy Thanksgiving. Quick question before her phone dies. I want to know if you constantly have a way, if you constantly have a way your brain thinks, how do you get it to stop thinking that way, even though you know deep down not to have those thoughts? Kind of like your expectations with chemistry, right? How do I not ruin chemistry just based off of my expectations due to my thought process? Does that make sense?
So you're having constant thoughts that keep coming up. You don't want them to come. They're just constantly there, and you're hoping to try to rewire them.
Yeah, like if I'm 26 years old and I constantly think of this is how my reality is, but it's not the correct way I should think. How do I change my perspective when on a daily basis I think of it that way? Because you can be like, I think you should do it this way, but in reality, it's not something that I can just do today and change it on my future relationships or dating, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what can I do to help me work on that, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so rewire my brain. How can I start rewiring my brain?
I would say this, Dr. Morgan, she does have a free masterclass. Sign up for it from the link in her bio on IG. The masterclass legitimately is called Rewind Your Relationship Blueprint. And I think what she's saying is probably like a process like that does not happen overnight. No. But if you have that commitment and resource, so not just commitment, but a resource like that, and you're really committed to the process.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what will get you there. I'm pretty confident that's what she's saying. What do you think about that?
No, that makes sense. I just, it's hard. I think I use what you guys what she talks about in here. But sometimes I'll catch myself going back to my old ways. So I'll wait till she gets back.
Okay, no. So sometimes you get back to your old ways and just old, are you talking about bad habits or?
Yeah, bad habits. Like I kind of asked when I first came in here, how do I not do my expectations ruin my chemistry with someone? Because I can have really good chemistry and we're vibing and we're having a good time, and it can be a couple weeks, but then I'm my expectation starts to get higher and higher with them.
Okay.
That I feel like it ruins the chemistry that we have.
Okay. All right. So you're saying,
yeah.
You're saying that it doesn't seem like, does it feel like it's not being reciprocated too? Does it feel like your expectations are getting risen and then on the other side, theirs are staying at the same level, or?
I just don't understand when communication is really key, especially in long distance relationships. It's key. And I'm always told that I have high expectations, and I explain to them, I need you to do this in order to fit my needs.
Right.
And then, but we have really good chemistry together. So I feel like I end up ruining that chemistry because of my expectations due to communication.
Got it.
So I feel like it's a lot into one thing, but I just feel like is my high expectations ruining the chemistry and vibes that I have with someone?
I wonder if it's that. Delicate, you are an incredibly attractive person. I wonder if, honestly, no, but I think we've talked about it.
What am I doing wrong?
Well, could it be that you guys are having a instant physical connection and you're really prioritizing that, and then as things progress and you're actually getting to know each other, that part of it is becoming less, important, and then you're slowly realizing.
Yeah, like I'm getting to know their personality more, so maybe that's why they're not meeting that expectation for me. So I'm trying to put that over. Yes, I do agree. I do that, but I don't want to ruin what we've built to the point that I lose what could potentially be good for me, right?
Gotcha.
So, but that's where I'm thinking, like, am I thinking of it in the wrong way, or am I thinking of it in the, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a hard question to ask.
No. We'll get Dr. Morgan up here. Delicate, appreciate you so much. You're the most amazing
Happy
person.
Thanksgiving. Thank
We
you.
love you.
Appreciate
Happy Thanksgiving.
You love you too. Bye.
Bye, Delicate. Delicate is amazing. As we wait for Dr. Morgan to come back up, appreciate all of you guys being here. This is Love Quest. We do this every Thursday, even Thanksgiving. We really love to do this show. We'd love to answer as many questions as we have. I know a lot of people have eaten turkey, getting a little sleepy, like these owls. But thank you, but appreciate you guys staying up, hanging out with us. Dr. Morgan, talk to me. We love Delicate.
We love Delicate. Oh my gosh, girl. We love hearing from you. And honestly, I feel like we're kind of following her on her journey in love. So it's amazing. Yeah, we so appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep really growing and thinking and reflecting. And I want to kind of rewind to one of her first questions. So when you find that, okay, so you're developing awareness that your old ways aren't working, you can catch yourself with some of the old thoughts and behaviors that aren't working. That's a great sign, right? So you're building that awareness.
Yep.
Here's the thing. You are now, Delicate, you are at that place where, okay, you have your comfort zone. You know what's normal for you, but you're trying to step into Delicate 2.0, to that new version of you who is securely attached in love and confident and attracting a high value man who's going to appreciate you.
Yes.
So this is Delicate 2.0, right? So what needs to happen is you got to develop clarity on that version of you. Who are you at that level of your life? And then this is what I teach in the program that I have. So I have an 8-week program where I help women really move to this new version of themselves. But basically, you need to get that absolute clarity on who you are and then reconnect to that every day. Reconnect to it.
Delicate, I know who I am, but I feel like I keep wasting my time. Or do I?
So, well, I don't know exactly what she means by that question, but I feel like you keep wasting my time.
Let's get some more comments. Yeah.
So, I think one thing I would say is absolutely, I mean, she was talking a lot about like the expectation piece.
Yep.
So here's the thing, like, get clarity on who you are and what your standards are. Drop the expectations, and then just relax into the relationship evolving, right? And like knowing with your clarity about who you are, clarity on your standards, it's going to naturally evolve. You
True.
Don't have to think so much like, oh, am I pushing them away? Da, 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 da. Like, no, whatever is meant for you will stay with you, Delicate. Like, trust that your clarity about you and your standards will bring in the person that's meant for you. You can relax. Just work on that foundation.
Go, Dr. Morgan. Appreciate you so much. We had a couple. Aloha, I know you had a question. If you want to come in the box real quick and ask anyone coming in, we are winding down our discussion tonight, but we come every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. We are here
Even on
with you guys.
Thanksgiving.
I
Even
know.
here. That is how dedicated Blake and I are to helping you all find love. We are here even on the holidays. We
Yeah.
really do want you all to find the relationships that you deserve. I'm not about helping you find okay relationships. I want to help you find a great, healthy relationship. You all deserve that.
That's all that's why we do the show. We really want to help people find the love. Thank you so much, Marco. So let's get a quick question, if you don't mind, from one of our friends, Aloha Chick. Aloha.
Yeah.
Let's ask a brief, quick question for the incredible Dr. Morgan, and then we'll get you back up. Aloha, my good friend on here.
Hey, Blake,
What is
aloha.
up? Hey.
Okay, so I was streaming earlier today, and you guys know I have a good heart, and I mean, you know what I say, and be genuine to everybody. But this person that I knew from my old stream came back to my stream and keeps coming back and making new accounts and asking me, hey, I want to date you, I want to be with you, and I want to move in, and I want you to live with me and all that. And I just told him I'm not ready for all that, and I don't even know him like that. So what should I do if I'm in that situation where he makes the accounts and keep coming back when I block him and all that? And I
Gotcha.
figured- And he was a good friend until all that happened, and I'm stuck.
Oh, so he was a friend of yours, and then
He kept
Yeah.
coming back and try to push more to where I told
Gotcha.
him no, but he still don't get it.
got it. Okay. This is about boundary setting. Dr. Morgan, I'm sure you got something helpful to bring. Of course, in terms of meet me, yeah, we would say like report stuff like, contacts. Yeah, meet me, report him, all that. I'm hoping though people can also
I
take.
did, but it's not working though. It never
I-
worked when I did report and block and all that.
Yeah, gotcha.
And
Okay,
they
yeah,
found me on IG and Facebook. So, and I did a police report, but they didn't do anything about it.
gotcha. Aloha, we love you. We appreciate you, Dr. Morgan. What you got for our amazing friend Aloha? Seriously, I care about her so much. What you got for us?
Well, so first off, I just want to say I'm so sorry that's happening to you, and I hope you can have a lot of compassion for yourself, right? That's a really challenging experience. And I think one of the things to keep in mind is we just have to keep setting boundaries. Like, we have to be a broken record. If you need to be a broken record, be a broken record. Set boundaries over and over and over, and just stand true to what you know you need. So the right people will support you in those boundaries. People will step up, even if it takes time. Like, the right people will come up and help you enforce those boundaries. So just stay clear to that. And yeah, I hope you can keep advocating for yourself and doing whatever you need to. But ultimately, just know that you deserve so much better, clearly.
100%.
Yeah.
He has not been here for a while, but you mind if I bring Shy Guy up to ask something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do it real quick. And then how you doing on time?
Oh.
Or is your phone about to die?
No, it's fine. I'll just plug it back in again while you bring Shy Guy.
All right, done. All right.
See you in a minute.
All right, Shy Guy, come on up. Absolutely.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, anyways, to everybody, by the way. Oh, bro, thanks. Okay, so, Doc, I've just been out of a 25-year relationship, and I'm starting to try to do the dating scene and stuff. And I'm seeing everything that you're saying right now is totally 100% true. Yeah, 25 years. My question that I asked earlier didn't really clarify for me. Like, what would be a good average time frame to get to actually know the person and know that you're really that person, you're made for that person and that person is made for you? You know what I mean? So like, if we're talking and we're connecting and we're having a good time and everything, 3 months, I don't think 3 months is long enough, honestly, in my personal opinion. But what would be a good time frame to actually get to know that deep down inside you're actually, okay, this is the right person? And yes, I was in a 25-year relationship, everybody. Yeah. So, but
Gotcha. Great question, Shy Guy. Great question.
So thank you.
Appreciate you so much. We love Shy Guy. Great friend of the stream. Dr. Morgan, what you got for us?
So good to see Shy Guy. I just really appreciate him. He's been with us from the beginning. So thanks for stopping by, Shy Guy. Thank you. And I love this question. So here's one of the things I want you to think about. It's not necessarily about time, although there absolutely is a really valuable piece of time. And I'll tell you why. You need to be able to see them in many scenarios and going through many different things. And you need to be able to see how you respond as a couple. Do you grow through things or not? Do they want to throw in the towel, or do they want to show up and do the work with you? Another thing, and this is always kind of a controversial statement, but I'll say it. People will, have sex with somebody, but they've never even known what it's like to be in an argument with them. I don't know about you all, but I want to know, how does somebody navigate conflict? That is so much more important, right? Before I'm investing emotionally with something like physical intimacy, I would want to know, how do they navigate conflict, right? So Shy Guy, to answer your question, you need to have been through a lot of different life scenarios to see how you navigate it as a couple. In my experience, you have probably a minimum of 6 months of really getting to know the person. But I will say this, it also depends. Where are you both at in terms of your emotional investment and your ability to co-invest in the relationship? So 6 months might be enough if both people are yeah, I am investing in you. I am putting the time in. We are figuring this out together. But if you have people who are kind of unsure and they're not really investing, it's going to take more time, right? So yeah, that's my take on it. And yeah,
there's no set amount of time. It's not like there's a special 3 months is it. You're saying that's not the case.
No, you really got to be able to see them in all the different life scenarios, and even, see how you navigate it as a couple, because you can have two amazing people, but then the dynamic of the two of you together just doesn't work. So you've got to see how, when you as a couple are together, how do you navigate life situations, right? Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. What a great question. Thanks, Shy Guy.
Great question. Dr. Morgan, you really are, as Shy Guy says, amazing. I completely agree. For those who want to hang out with you more outside the app, is there a way they can get more of their Dr. Morgan fix?
You're so sweet. And Shy Guy is amazing as well. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Yep. Come listen to the podcast, Let's Get Vulnerable. There's over 80 episodes. There's 2 new ones out each week. Super high valuable. But yeah, it's called Let's Get Vulnerable. It's on everywhere podcasts are aired. Apple, Spotify, everywhere. And then also Instagram. It's at Dr. Morgan Coaching. Come hang out. I put a post out every day with valuable relationship content. So come hang out there too. Yeah.
So good.
I gotta get you back on the podcast, y'all. I gotta get Blake to come back on. I want to do a joint episode with you and Chris.
Chris Casper, I'm calling you out publicly, my great friend.
Chris.
I hear Chris will be on the Let's Get Vulnerable podcast. That would be amazing. Seriously, I would love to see that episode.
I think you, Chris, and me, and we'll talk all about avoidant attachment style and the myth of your career needing to be exactly where you want it to be before you can date. Okay.
That is Chris and I to a T, to be honest. Yeah.
Yup. I'm gonna get you both on. Well, Blake, I just want to say you're incredible. Thanks for always bringing everybody together in this community. We hope you had an incredible birthday weekend. I heard it was nuts. I saw part of it. But you were so celebrated, and it's just so deserved. You're such an incredible human, and you give so much to this community. So thank you for being you. You're incredible.
I appreciate it. They just announced Playlist 2021. It's like a conference all of us are going to hang out. It's for YouTubers, but also like it's like all collection of social media. So you should come.
Where? When? Where?
It's in Orlando in September. Brooke will be there. NorCal will be there. Jameson will be there. More will be there. We will all be there.
Yes, I will come for sure.
Yeah. I would do a podcast before then because, oh my gosh, we could go to Orlando right now.
Hey!
Shy Guy.
Shy Guy's going to come for sure.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank
Get in the plane.
you. Oh, we're going to Orlando, September 2021. Oh,
Brooke.
That's the beach. That's
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
We
Brooke.
could go to the Keys. Actually, Brooke brings up a great point. We could go to the Keys right after. So,
you know I'm down. We might have to include Miami too. You know I love my Miami for sure. My second home. Let's go.
So true. Dr. Morgan, time on you on Earth is like incredibly well spent. I love you. I appreciate you. You're seriously the best.
Love you all. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much, Blake.
Talk soon.
Happy Thanksgiving. Grateful
Oh, yeah.
for you. Grateful for all of you, honestly.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Are you kidding me? We get to hang out with Dr. Morgan. I'm telling you, we are very, very, very lucky people. I feel so lucky to know her, to be able to produce this show. Seriously, we have intent behind this show, and that's to help you find love and to have healthy relationships. So appreciate you guys coming so much. We will be back same time, same place next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We will be back here. I'm going to now address some comments because I have to, because I'm just so thrilled by who's here. And if you're in the comments, I don't see you. Please say something because I'm doing it. Leia. Thank you so much. You know how much I love you. Hippie, thanks for staying the entire show. Chris, the real difference is Blake wears pants when he dresses up. Chris, did you hear we called you out? Alessa and Jay, so nice to see you guys. Delicate Sweets, you're such a big part of the show. Boss Lady, thank you for coming. Your first time coming. Hope you enjoyed it. Gabby 3.0, appreciate you very much. Sunshine. K-Baby, taking notes with me. K-Baby, we take notes together. AMB, thank you for being here. Little Miss Thing, thank you. Appreciate you, William. Beth, always here, and it's so appreciated. Alex, good show. HJ, my first time here, but we'll be tuning in more. Thank you so much. We like to celebrate. We have a good time, but we also want to try to help you find love. You know, maybe you will find something unexpected in your love life, but that's okay. Hopefully, it will be joyful when you find that person. You guys will celebrate. Shout out to Emoji J. He puts replays of the show on YouTube. And that's it. We will be back same time, same place next week, 7 p.m. Pacific time. All the love in my heart to you, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.